An alleged robber shot and killed by police. The commissioner talks about the importance of neighborhood crime watch groups.
We'd like to see this propagated all across the Bahamas.
A woman with a hole in her heart in dire need of help.
Put yourself in my position, and if it was your mother, what would you have done?
Plus, an award-winning engineer at NASA comes back to her Bahamian roots to create opportunities.
Engaging the College of the Bahamas, getting out and meeting students, and hopefully providing some great opportunities that will be announced shortly.
I'm Nakia DeVoe, and this is NB12 Weekend. Weekend. Thanks for spending your Sunday evening with us. An alleged armed robber shot dead by police early this morning after they say he pointed a gun at officers. According to police, officers responded to an armed robbery in progress at Columbus Primary playing field and noticed two men armed with a handgun walking on Hampton Street holding a male hostage. Police say they approached the men to disrupt the robbery when one of the suspects pointed a handgun at them. Officers shot the gunman and he died at the scene just behind a web shop off Mount Royal Avenue. The other suspect fled the scene on foot. Well, following a wave of concern over home invasions and armed robberies, the Commissioner of Police is continuing to encourage residents to band together to fight crime. Commissioner Ellison Greenslade joined members of the Grove West Crime Watch in their neighborhood Saturday, lending his support to the community group. While the organization is unique, Greenslade says it doesn't have to be, and he encourages more neighborhoods to come together.
We'd like to see this propagated all across the Bahamas. There are many, many communities that are ill affected today as we speak, where our young men are killing each other. You get those news reports regularly. We believe firmly that if neighbors were to develop this same spirit that's here in the Grove West Bay, in the over-the-hill communities, the ones that we talk about in a negative way because of the crimes that afflict them, we suspect that you'll see really good things happening. These people that are hurting each other are not strangers. They grow up together. They eat out of the same pots, as we say, as youngsters growing up. Parents know each other. They need a spirit of fellowship and love to be immersed in those neighborhoods again.
Constable Ricardo Roll works closely with the Grove West Crime Watch and says it is surprising to see how many residents are involved in keeping the community safe. Residents and Crime Watch members say they've already seen a significant reduction in crime in the area due to their patrols.
I was in this area now for 4 weeks, and it is very good to see that this is more like the mecca of community policing and also community involvement and people getting together. The Crime Watch in this area, it surprised me in their response when they come to deal with matters. And when they call the police respond right away, and it is very organized.
We've seen a great reduction in crime in our area. The number of home invasions have really decreased. Neighbors are feeling more and more comfortable from last year to now. We have heightened our efforts along with the police force as usual. They've been doing a great job along with us. Control Room and Nassau Street Police Station, even Cable Police Station is joining with us and in this fight day and night. Our patrols.
The Crime Watch organization was founded in October 2010, and since then, the group of concerned residents has grown to more than 100 who assist with daily and nightly patrols of the neighborhood. For now, the residents patrol using their personal vehicles, but they hope to one day get a marked patrol car to keep their neighborhood safe.
Most of the people who, especially those who've been affected by crime in some way, realize that our community spirit and our patrollers, that's what keep us together. And so when they realize that there's help, there is an effort that is out there making it possible for them to feel more comfortable, then they help us. They become a part of us.
Well, a family is still mourning its youngest member after 16-month-old Iano Asher Pratt drowned in his family's backyard yesterday. According to police, the infant's body was found around 3:30 p.m., submerged in a well across from the family's home. We spoke briefly with Iano's grandmother, Janice Wright Curtis, today, who was too distraught to speak on camera. She helped raise her grandson from birth and says he was smart for his age. The grieving grandmother showed us her grandson's toys and belongings that were in their apartment just as he left them when he went outside to play. She described tearfully how police responded quickly and, along with concerned neighbors, did all they could to retrieve the boy from the well. EMS personnel unsuccessfully attempted to revive him. When we visited the scene of the tragic incident, a sheet of aluminum was over the well. Police are investigating the incident. In other news, thousands of Bahamians are living with chronic non-communicable diseases, placing financial burdens not only on the public healthcare system, but also on their families. When an unemployed mother of 4 was diagnosed with severe stenotic valvular heart disease, her children were left searching for a way to mend her broken heart. Christina McNeil has more in this report.
Severe stenotic valvular heart disease is characterized by damage or a defect in one of the 4 heart valves. For 45-year-old Cheryl Hepburn, that means her heart is severely weakened and she's plagued by extreme chest pain. But according to her doctors, there's one surgery that may give her a fighting chance. Hepburn's 30-year-old daughter, Jamie Gibson, recalls an early morning in January when her mother woke her complaining of extreme chest pain. After hours of tests at Princess Margaret Hospital, Gibson says her mother was diagnosed with heart disease and was given just months to live as her condition went downhill.
After all that waiting, test was run, we found out that she went into heart failure and that the valve that pumps the blood to her heart was giving her problems. It also has a hole inside it, so they told us that it had age, like an old person would. So they explained to us what she would be going through until she do the surgery. She started having a lot of shortness of breath, not eating, but she wasn't able to keep the food down, and then her foot started to swell, where she got fluid in her foot, and then it started to go in the back area. So it was like a roller coaster, because at one point I had to start sleeping with her in the night, and it wasn't much sleep at all because she was having a lot of pain. She couldn't sleep laying down anymore. She had to sleep sitting up.
In February, consultant cardiothoracic surgeon Dr. Paul Ramphel referred Hepburn for open heart surgery to replace her aortic valve. As a public patient, Hepburn would receive the surgery at a reduced cost of $38,000. That would include the anticipated cost of care at Doctors Hospital, the cost of the valve, and professional fees. According to Dr. Ramphel, Hepburn would have the operation at Doctors Hospital and recover at Princess Margaret Hospital after the surgery. Since the diagnosis, Hepburn's family has been working to raise money for the very expensive surgery. But according to Hepburn's 21-year-old daughter, it is still too expensive for the family to handle on its own.
It's gonna cost $38,000, and my mom, she's not working, and we are working, but we're not making that amount to pay for the surgery.
She's back in the hospital, and since she went back in the hospital, they had to cut a piece of her chest open to put something inside it because her heart is very weak. And she's just laying there hoping and praying that she get the funds, because they tell us with the cookout during that time of October 6th, that's too late. The doctors looking for the money. It's been very hard because most of the time we had to take off time from work. Some days we never go to work. We have to be there with her around the clock. So it hasn't been very easy for us. Being the 2 girls, it isn't easy at all for us.
Put yourself in my position, and if it was your mother, what would you have done? We really, really need the help, because if we don't get the help, she is going to die. So we ask that anybody who can assist us in any way, please do.
NB12 was scheduled to interview Hepburn on the progress of her condition last week. However, she had to be readmitted to the hospital on Thursday due to extreme chest pain. Tears spring up in Gibson's eyes as she recalls the look on her mother's face the last time she visited her. The pair say they just want to give their mother another chance at life. Reporting for NB12, I'm Christina McNeil.